Okay, so I'm starting off with a fresh RStudio session, and just to orient you guys to the way I have mine set up, I have my script over on the left and the console where the output will be shown on the right. Today we're going to be working with the select function that's in the dplyr package. So I'm going to go ahead and library in the dplyr package into my environment. And we're going to be working with the iris dataset. So you can see just doing the head function here to show you what the iris dataset looks like in case you're not familiar with it. It's basically 4 columns of measurements, with the 5th column being the type of species of iris. So the select function is used to pick out which columns you want to keep or remove from a data frame. You can index them either by the column name or the column number. So we're going to start off by using the column name. In this example, we want to pull only the column of sepal length measurements. So we're going to take the data set, select the column name. Notice the lack of quotations around the column name. And then we're going to, I'm just adding the head function here at the end to show you guys the first few rows so that it's easier to see instead of showing the entire length of the data set. We can also index the column by the column number. So we can do iris, pipe that to the select function, and we want to choose the first column, which will be the sepal length. So it should give us the same thing as we had before, and you can see that it does. So as before, no quotations around the column index, and you just use the number that it is. You can also index multiple numbers in the same way that you would index them normally. The C parentheses and the numbers that you want to index. In this case, because we're indexing 1 through 4, we can just do 1:4. If we wanted to do 1 and 4, we would do 1:4. You can also index multiple, you can select multiple columns using the column name. Again, you would use the concatenate, the C function, parentheses, and the names of the columns that you want to select. Again, notice the lack of quotations around the column name. In this example, another way I could have written this would be to use another function that starts with. So this will pull any column that starts with the word sepal. And this is useful if you have more than 1 or 2 columns that start with the same pattern. You can pull all of those columns out at once without having to write out all of the individual names. You can also use the select function to discard columns that you don't want in your data frame anymore. So say I want to get rid of the species column in the iris data set, I would just use a negative to indicate that I want to get rid of it. So I use -5, which is the column number, or negative species, which is the column name. So that's the basics on how to use the select function from the dplyr package. Hope that helped. Thanks for watching.